Today, we're going to be talking about incidental business exposure in relation to homeowners insurance. I hope you enjoy. So what do we mean when we say incidental business exposure? Well, if you think about somebody that owns a home, they may have a full-time job, and then they may, in today's environment, they may have a side hustle. So you may have some kind of side hustle, a side business, or it actually could be a business that you do primarily. But incidental business exposure in relation to homeowners insurance is talking about any kind of business exposure that occurs there at your dwelling or at your location. So if you think about homeowners insurance to begin with, a homeowners insurance policy is designed to provide personal insurance coverage, damage to your house, damage to your contents, maybe somebody, a visitor coming over, a friend to visit you, getting hurt on your property, your homeowner's liability protecting you in those scenarios as a property owner. What often gets overlooked is there are so many people today that have what we would call a side hustle. They have some kind of business and they operate that business there off of their premises. But what they don't give any consideration to is, do I have liability coverage? What if somebody gets hurt on my property? Think about the different kind of businesses that we may be talking about. Maybe somebody does taxes on the side and they do them out of their house. Maybe somebody has, they raise some kind of breed of animal. So maybe they raise some type of breed of dog and have a small kennel at their house. It's not a big operation. They got 2 or 3 breeding dogs, and then they have litters of puppies, and then they sell them when the litters of puppies come along. You have an alteration business. Maybe you're doing alterations at your property, altering dresses, clothing, and those kind of things. If you think about it, it's an infinite number of things that could fall into this category. But the important thing to remember about all of these is there are situations where you have the public coming onto your property to do business with you. Well, if you read the typical homeowners insurance policy, it's going to specifically exclude liability claims in relation to business. And that's where the incidental business exposure comes into play. A lot of your homeowners carriers will offer incidental business exposure liability. And what that does, it's an endorsement that you can add to your home policy, and it will allow you to expand your liability coverage on your home policy so that it will cover liability claims in relation to the operation of that business without you having to go and purchase a full-blown commercial insurance policy. So it's going to give you that liability coverage. Now, if your business got too big, if you were running, say, a cabinet shop off of your property, you're building cabinets and you've got a building somewhere there on your property and you're building cabinets, you're not going to be able to endorse your homeowner's policy for something like that. Full-time business, you're going to need commercial insurance. But when you're talking about a lot of these other things, it can be very efficient if it is an exposure that fits within that incidental business exposure. The other thing that isn't often realized is any business property that you're using, so any property you have on your premises that's used in a business capacity, it's going to have some kind of limitation. Usually it's going to be somewhere in the range of $2,500, maybe a little bit less than that, depending on the insurance carrier. So if you've got a room in your house, you've made an office out of it, and you've got desks and you've got file cabinets and things of that nature, $2,500 is your limit. So if you've got more exposure than that, that endorsement may also broaden that coverage. So this is something that frequently gets overlooked, and unfortunately, it leaves people significant exposure in relation to a potential liability claim. If you have questions about this or any other endorsements or questions related to home, auto, commercial, life insurance, don't hesitate to give Terry or myself a call here at Westside Advisors and Insurance Services. I hope you have a great week.